Prince Edward could miss out on the promised title due to the king's intention to narrow down the monarchy. The late Queen is believed to have agreed with her eldest son, the Earl of Wessex, would succeed as the new Duke of Edinburgh once Charles became king. Speaking on the latest episode of Palace Confidential, the Mail on Sunday's assistant editor Kate Mansey branded the king as quite mean for potentially going back on the promise to his youngest brother. Ms Mansey told host Jo Elvin, "We hear so much, don't we, about King Charles and when he becomes king, and now he is king, of course, having a slimmed-down monarchy." Speaking of Prince Andrew and Prince Harry's royal exits, she added, "Some of that's happened almost by accident, by kind of the way that things have unfolded. So it does seem quite mean not to make Edward a Duke of Edinburgh." Daily Mail's diary editor Richard Eden added, "On a human level, how would any of us feel if you know your beloved parent has promised you something, and they put it in writing, and then you are told sorry, you can't have that?" Read more. Leading Lady Meghan Markle felt monarchy needed her more than she needed it. Charles could go back on his mother's promise for Edward. Image, Getty. Edward pictured with his wife Sophie. Image, PA. He added that it is unclear whether he cares about it or not, but it is something that would make you feel better. Ms Mansey added that the way it was put to her shows that it has been noticed by the Earl and Countess of Wessex, but they had opted not to speak out. She added, "They're too graceful to say anything, obviously publicly or even perhaps privately, but I do think it's a snub." Prince Edward was granted the title of Earl of Wessex upon his marriage in 1999, with his wife Sophie being known as the Countess of Wessex. Read more. Queen Camilla to host 3 royals to raise awareness of violence against women and girls. Edward's older brothers both hold ducal titles, with the now king previously holding the Duke of Cornwall title and Prince Andrew taking on the title Duke of York upon his marriage in 1986. An official statement from Buckingham Palace at the time read, "The Queen, the Duke of Edinburgh and the Prince of Wales have also agreed that the Prince Edward should be given the Dukedom of Edinburgh in due course when the present title held now by Prince Philip eventually reverts to the Crown." The Duke of Edinburgh title automatically passed on to the King upon the death of Prince Philip in 2021 and reverted back to the Crown when he ascended the throne in September. Both Prince Edward and Sophie, the Countess of Wessex, have actively played a more frequent role within the monarchy. Don't miss Meghan Markle called out for ability to cry from left eye. Analysis. Harry will find himself out in the cold once Netflix show airs. Video. Meghan and Harry getting too big for ambitions as guests to pay $1 million. Analysis. Trending. It was previously reported that Charles had planned to slim down the monarchy when he became king. Image, Getty. A poll conducted by Express.co.uk showed 94% of readers were in favour of Edward being awarded the promised title. Over 10,000 people voted, with only 6% of people voting against Edward being granted the Edinburgh title. Following the births of Edward and Sophie's 2 children, Louise and James, the couple opted against titles for their children. Both children were however granted the possibility of picking whether to take on the HRH styles upon their 18th birthday.